So we have with us the director of the Lebanese Independent Film Festival, Mr. Gauthier-Charbel Raad. He's the director. Congratulations to you. What a remarkable event.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us.
Very excited to see all these amazing film directors from Lebanon and from around the world. Gauthier, I want to know why you are inspired to put together this event.
Okay, so I came back to Lebanon 2 years ago, and I felt that like the voice of the youth is missing, and I didn't find like really platforms to where young people can project, can just be themselves,
express themselves, and you've created a successful arena for them to do that. You did say that art is a message, or art can bring a message. What sort of message do you want to convey in this film festival?
We want to tell everyone that everything is okay. If you come from war, if you are an immigrant, if you are whatever you can be, whatever you are, you're welcome, and you have a platform, you have space to be and to express yourself. This is our message. In particular, this year we are in partnership with Embrace. So it's the NGO that deals with mental health in Lebanon. So I think art should have a message. So we are taking advantage of this film festival to confront mental health through movies.
Is there a prominent mental health issue in Lebanon among young people?
I think there is, and young people are afraid to talk about it, and especially most of the people feel embarrassed to talk about it. So
sure.
We're just telling everyone that it is okay.
It's okay, yeah. And it's basically relating to stress, maybe getting a job, finishing university, all of those things that's quite natural to feel stressed about when you're young, I guess.
Exactly. You know, there's a lot of pressure on Lebanese people. So we're trying to create a space, where you can express yourself through art and
offload those emotions.
Exactly. And just be sure that no one's going to judge you. Yeah.
Excellent. Gauthier-Charbel, we thank you so much. We congratulate you again.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. We're spoiled today.
I'm very excited to watch all of the films tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
بقول لك أنت تكتب إنجليزي؟
I love thee purely. I love thee freely.
Now we're going to talk to the co-director of the Independent Film Festival here in Lebanon, Dineta Williams-Triggs. Thank you so much for joining us. We are absolutely delighted to have you here in Lebanon.
Thank you for having me. I'm having a fabulous time.
Amazing. Dineta, I want to know what your inspiration was to collaborate with Gauthier-Charbel, a French-Lebanese citizen that you met somewhere. How did you guys, collaborate, and what was your inspiration?
Well, how we collaborated is we're both filmmakers. So what do filmmakers do? They make films. They create ideas. They try to get the funding together to make those ideas come to life. So that's why I'm here.
Absolutely, and we are very lucky, like I said, to have you here in Lebanon. What is special about this particular film festival for you this year?
Well, what's special about this film festival this year is that, unfortunately, it's the only film festival in Lebanon this year. I don't know what happened to the other ones. I know that it takes a lot of time and work and ingenuity to put on a festival. We're happy to be here. We're sad that we're the only festival this year.
Absolutely. What is it about Lebanon in particular that requires a film festival, or why is a film festival important for any society?
Film festivals are very important simply because there are people out there who have stories that need to be told. So storytelling is the most important thing. And we need to have other perspectives as well. Again, telling stories.
Sure. And as an American, what do you think you could bring to Lebanese society in terms of storytelling, or your personal expression or freedom of expression? How can you, what can you bring to Lebanon, or how can you work with Lebanese society to inspire something new for Lebanese people who are young in particular?
Absolutely. How I inspire is simply being me. I don't see the world the way the world is. I see the world the way I am. So I am bringing my vision to Lebanon and to the Lebanese people, and I'm sharing that, just like they're going to share it with me.
And what's your vision in particular?
Love, peace, joy, happiness. We all, Mary, we want the same things, everyone, everywhere. So that's what I bring.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that message. And I'm going to leave it there because you've just said it all. Thank you, Dineta, and welcome to Lebanon. Thanks for joining me at the Lebanese Independent Film Festival in Beirut. I'm so glad to be here today. The festival is a collaboration with Embrace, which is an organisation based in Lebanon that focuses on mental health issues. So that's one of the main themes this year. The film festival is a mixture of films, mainly from Lebanon and also from Europe. So we have a mixture of local and international directors. But here with me today are two female Lebanese directors. Both of them have their films in the festival, and we're going to talk to each of them about their particular film. So I might start with Maya Zaloom. Thank you so much. Lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me and interviewing me.
Sure, it's an absolute pleasure. So you were telling myself and Cynthia before about your film Kingdom of I, and you were talking about it as a experimental psychological film focusing on the conflict within. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So my movie is experimental. It's not the typical way of telling a story. Like the imagery tell us more about what's happening in the story. There's a lot of symbolism in the movie and a lot of hints.
Sure. What is the main theme of your film? You talked to me before about inner conflict and that conflict based on morality. What do you mean by that?
I'm trying to trigger something that each one of us as an individual has. Each one of us has a conflict between himself that sometimes tries to live in denial with it. My character in this movie is nothing different than each and every one of us and our daily struggles. She went through a lot of traumatic things in her life that led her to have this kind of split between her fantasy and her reality. And we can see this evolving throughout the movie. We can see the character evolving throughout the movie, and there's like a faith for her, like a path that we'll find out at the end of the movie. Like,
what are her restrictions in terms of reality? And I want to know what does she fantasize about? Like, what does she actually want to happen in her life that she feels cannot be a possibility?
Not really, like I would call them restrictions, but for her, she's trying to fight those restrictions. That's why there's her consciousness that is in between her. Like the fight is with her consciousness. All she wants to do is destructive things, you know.
What does she end up doing in the end? Does she take the right path, or does she?
I will split it for all of us. You have to watch it.
I want to know whether she's destructive or not, but
yeah. That's I tried my best to hint about the evolution of characters. So
excellent. Well, we'll have to watch it then.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maya. So Kingdom of I sounds incredible, and congratulations to you. It's such an achievement. And we have another amazing Lebanese film director here with us, Cynthia Abu Jaldeh. She's also from near Beirut, and her film Noisy Caterwaul. Cynthia, you're going to explain the title to me again.
All right. Well, cats, when they're usually in distress, they make awful sounds that may be uncomfortable for humans to hear, and they may hate it and go like, noisy cats. But the cat is doing that because it's in distress. It's not doing it because it's a terrible cat. And the movie's not about cats, it's about human, but that's the symbolism of the title relating to the protagonist of the film.
What you mentioned earlier as well, that it was somehow a commentary on Lebanese society. What part of Lebanese society are you talking about?
Well, I've had a personal experience with someone who he was a coworker, and we were going down the streets for protests. There was a garbage crisis. There were a lot of problems, and I asked him to go with us because we were trying to get a group. And he said, "Well, there's no garbage near my house." That was really weird, and that was a really
So he wasn't bothered.
because it's not near his house. So I find that very prevalent in Lebanese society. So I know the film is a Gothic horror story, and the way the art direction and the wardrobe are, they don't look very Lebanese, but the story is very inspired by Lebanese society.
And you said earlier as well that it was the film based on a particular family where everything looks okay on the outside, but no one's really solving any problems. There's no implementation. There's a desire to help, but nothing really happens. Is that right?
There's more of a desire to be to know than there's a desire to help. So
To know about the problem or to act like you're concerned?
exactly, yeah. People want to know what's happening to their neighbors, but they don't want to help their neighbors. They want to know if there is a man or woman fighting in their house. He's beating his wife, but they don't ever get involved and try to save her out of that situation. They try to know, but they don't try to help. So that's represented with a nuclear family issue in the movie, but the story is bigger than that.
Excellent. Well, they both sound amazing. Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Very, very proud of you both. Really amazing achievement, Cynthia and Maya. So we'll just have to watch the film to see the amazing content.